Coming up here at noon, we take you to Mount Hood, where the snow has been falling and it's not expected to stop. What the conditions are if you are planning to get out there and enjoy some fresh powder. Plus, students at an alternative high school are looking for a new place to learn. Why parents are frustrated with the school district's decision to close that school down. Also ahead, we catch you up on all things Olympics, the shocking news from over the weekend, and who is making history. Coming up. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us here at noon. I'm Stephanie Domrat. Let's get right to Rod Hill because you have some big news in the weather world for us. A weather impact alert day tomorrow, Rod. A possible chance for snow in the valley, right?
Yes. Now, we're not talking a snowstorm, but what we are talking about is snow levels continuing to drop the remainder of today into tonight, into tomorrow. And we expect scattered precipitation overnight that could come in the form of snow showers, which opens the door for a chance of some scattered dustings of light snow. So we have the impact alert up for overnight tonight through tomorrow morning for light snow areas. And we're basically telling you, as you think about your overnight plans, if you're going to be out and about, or tomorrow morning as you get up, to be aware of conditions. Get on our streaming channel, our television channel. We're on Sunrise tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. and we'll clearly show you what's happening. Right now, it's been a dry morning in Portland. That's about to change. See, the radar is now starting to push some rain up over the West Hills. Temperature outside with the cloudy skies is 44 degrees, and we won't see much change for the remainder of today. So for the remainder of your afternoon, it's just typical rain picking up. We're still 40 at 6 o'clock, and then by 7, this slips us down into the 30s. Real quick, here's Futurecast. Now, this is 10 o'clock tonight, but as I played into the overnight hours, here we are at 3 a.m., notice in blue, these are snow showers in the valley. They continue in the 5 o'clock hour. They continue in the 8 o'clock hour. And again, maybe there's enough there to produce some scattered dustings of snow. Even if we get that, the snow would melt during the day because we'll be back up to 40 or better tomorrow. The one spot that will not see any melting this week is Timberline Lodge. Guess what? They are now reporting 10 inches of new snow going back through the weekend. That will continue to snow here much of the afternoon. Impact alert for the snowy conditions in the Cascades and also coming to the Coast Range. More on that coming up. Back to you.
Okay, we'll see you then, Rod. Thank you. And as he mentioned, the Cascades will be getting some much needed snow, which is great news for ski resorts that have been waiting for conditions like this all winter. Our Celine Stevens is live at Mount Hood right now. Celine, how's it going up there? I can see the snow falling on you right now.
It's definitely falling on me, blowing on me. It's a little chilly up here, but you know, the conditions have been, we've been seeing the consistent snowfall since we got up here around 30 minutes ago. And that's not stopping people from taking in the views. People were pulled off on the side of the road, taking in everything. We've seen a couple plows out here already, but you know, this area is under a winter weather advisory, and other areas nearby too, like Welch's and just south of us, the Santiam Pass, because we are going to continue to see a few inches of snow today into tonight, like Rod mentioned. But you know, it's recommended to have a winter emergency driving kit readily available. You can see the cars making their way through. It's not stopping people and making people stay inside. The roads are all clear for now, and ODOT says they have been monitoring the mountain passes since November. But remember, you want to have that kit. You want to be prepared in case conditions worsen. ODOT also says to bring chains and know how to put them on your vehicle. And of course, there is a fine for failing to put chains on commercial vehicles. That can be as high as nearly $900. But again, the snowfall's been pretty consistent. You could, I think, in my expert opinion, this is good snowball making weather and snow. Okay, I'm gonna pick up some snow real quick, and nice. Apparently this is wet snow. I just learned. Okay, again, I'm from California, but it's perfect to ball up and throw at somebody, I guess. But again, you want to be safe if you are coming out here, but also enjoy the beautiful conditions.
And maybe make a snowman out there before we see you again, Celine. I like
exactly.
It. Looks really pretty where you are. Thank you so much. Well, for the latest weather updates, make sure you download the KGW mobile app. You can see live radar. You can get push alerts as well as this storm develops. We will continue to follow that for you as well. Well, breaking news this afternoon, we have learned Oscar-winning actor Robert Duvall has died. According to a statement sent by his agency on behalf of his wife, Duvall died peacefully at his home in Virginia on Sunday. Duvall had an acclaimed screen career that spanned 6 decades. He was best known for The Godfather, Apocalypse Now, and many other tough guy roles. Duvall was 95 years old. Back here at home, parents are speaking out against a Portland Public Schools proposal to close an alternative high school that has been open for almost 60 years. The Metropolitan Learning Center is an alternative school with just over 40 high school students. KGW's Thomas Schultz has what those parents are saying.
I spoke to a father whose daughter is a sophomore at MLC. He says he's pessimistic that closing the alternative high school will make much of a difference in Portland Public's budget. MLC is a K-12 school with 41 high school students this year. The school allows high schoolers to have internships, which is connected to their education. In a letter to parents, Portland Public Schools says the decision to close the high school is due to under-enrollment and funding limitations. PPS is facing $50 million in budget cuts and is proposing cutting nearly 300 positions. It's also looking into closing schools to pool resources. Still, Eric Strandhagen, a parent I spoke with, isn't convinced this closure will make much of a difference.
Show us the numbers. I don't understand how ending this high school program, it seems like a drop in the bucket to their actual budget problems.
While the high school program is ending, the K-8 program at MLC will remain. Strandhagen says if his daughter's high school had to close, that decision should have happened sooner. He also says with this expedited timeline, some lottery programs for other alternative high schools have already closed, making it more challenging to figure out where she'll go next year. In Northwest Portland, Thomas Schultz, KGW News.
In your top stories this afternoon, Portland police are asking for help finding the person they say damaged a downtown Portland restaurant. Surveillance video from earlier this month shows the suspect inside Hana Sushi on Southwest 6th around 6 a.m. Now, police say the suspect stole from the business and damaged things before leaving. They believe the person is 5'9", about 30 to 40 years old. If you have any information about this suspect, you're asked to contact Portland Police. The Washington County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a hit-and-run suspect. The incident happened around 6:30 Friday night at the intersection of Southwest 178th and TV Highway. Police say a man was hit and seriously hurt by this truck. They say the driver did not stop. Investigators believe the driver could be a woman with blonde hair. If you have any information about this, you're asked to contact Washington County Sheriff's Office. A van belonging to a Canadian fishing tackle vendor has been found after it was stolen from a hotel parking lot near the Portland Expo Center. The owner of West Coast Fishing Tackle says they were showcasing their gear at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show. When the van was found, everything inside was gone, including about $20,000 worth of products. And the van had been stripped for parts. He says they managed to fix enough of the van to be able to drive it back home to Canada. No one's been arrested in connection to this theft. Some people living near Portland's ICE facility are taking the federal government to court over its response to protests, saying their homes have been filled with tear gas night after night. Residents at the Grays Landing apartment complex argue the Department of Homeland Security has infringed upon their rights to life, liberty, and property by repeatedly using tear gas and other chemical munitions outside their apartment complex. They say repeated exposure has led to difficulty breathing, coughing, burning eyes, throats, and skin. Some have also said it's triggered PTSD and panic attacks.
It affected our building severely. I think the first time our building got filled up with tear gas was in June.
DHS argues federal officers have used these crowd control devices to respond to, quote, violent protests. But the lawsuit alleges agents continue to deploy munitions when officers face no violence or imminent threat.